In this video, we are going to learn how to use the conjunction and. We will learn how to use the conjunction and to connect words and phrases. Let's start. First, let's answer this question. Why do we use the conjunction and? And is used to give more information, to add more information. So we use the conjunction to give more information. We can use it to connect words or phrases. But remember, they must be the same part of speech. This means that when you use and, it's to connect two of the same part of speech. For example, subject plus subject, you use and in the middle. Or verb and verb, between two verbs, you use and. You must use it to connect two of the same part of speech. It's important to remember that when you use and to connect subjects, the subject will be plural. Look at these examples. Look at number 1. Mary and Greg live in San Francisco, California. Here, Mary is a subject, Greg is a subject. We're using and to connect two subjects. Number 2, Greg cooked and cleaned. And is connecting the first verb and the second verb here in this sentence. So and is used to connect two verbs. Look at sentence number 3. Mary plays the guitar and the piano. Mary is the subject, plays is the verb, the guitar is the first object, plus and to connect with the second object, the piano. Number 4, Greg is tall and thin. Tall is an adjective, thin is an adjective, so we can see that we are using Greg, subject, linking verb, adjective and adjective. So and here is used to connect two adjectives. Number 5, Mary has a bicycle and a car. Mary, subject, has the verb, the transitive verb, so bicycle is the first direct object. Car is the second direct object. We connect the two objects using the conjunction and. Look at number 6. Their house has 3 big bedrooms and 1 small bathroom. Look at the sentence structure. House is subject. Has is a transitive verb, so we need direct object after. Bedroom is the noun, and bathroom is the noun. But before bedroom, I can also use adjectives here. So now I am connecting 3 big bedrooms, which is adjectives plus noun, and adjective 1 small noun, bathroom. So in number 6, I am using and to connect phrases. Remember, a phrase is when we have many words together, like adjectives plus noun. This is an example of a phrase. So in number 6, you can see how and is used to connect phrases. And in numbers 1 through 5, you can see how and is used to connect words. When you have more than 2 things, you need to use commas and. For example, when you have a list of 3 things, you use 2 commas plus and. When you have a list of 4 things, you use 3 commas plus and. Look at the examples. Mary and Greg live in an apartment. Mary and Greg, only 2, so no comma, only and. Mary, Greg, and Andrea live in an apartment. Now we have 1, 2, 3 subjects. So because I have a list of 3, I use Mary, comma, Greg, comma, and then number 3. So in this list of 3, I need 1, 2 commas, and before the last subject. In number 3, Mary, Greg, Andrea, and Romeo live in an apartment. In number 3, I have 4 subjects. So I use 1, 2, 3 commas and before the last subject. Look at number 4. They have 2 dogs and 1 cat. Here I have object, dog, and cat, object. Because I have 2 objects, I use and to connect 2 objects. But if I have more than 2 objects, like in sentence 5, in sentence 5 I have 3 objects, dogs, cat, bird. Because I have 3, I need to use comma after the first object, comma after the second object, and before the last object. When you have a list, you need to use commas. Commas to separate each item on the list, and before the last item, you need to use and. Try not to repeat information. For example, Greg exercises on Monday and exercises on Wednesday. It's not necessary to repeat exercises. It's better to say, Greg exercises on Monday and on Wednesday. You don't need to repeat the verb again. Number 2, they live in San Francisco and work in San Francisco. So, I am repeating in San Francisco 2 times. It's better to not repeat. It's better to say they live and work in San Francisco. So connect the 2 verbs using and. And in number 3, Greg stops working at 5 p.m. and leaves at 5 p.m. You can see at 5 p.m. is here 2 times. I don't need that. It is better to say, Greg stops working and leaves at 5 p.m. So we know both verbs happen at 5 p.m. Here again, I am showing you how you can remove the parts that you repeat. You don't want to repeat the same information because it's boring. It's better if you remove the repeated information so your sentences are more interesting. Here are some bad examples, wrong ways to use the conjunction and. It's important that you understand these mistakes so that you can avoid making them. Look at sentence number 1. Mary is a woman. This is a noun. And nice. Nice is an adjective. I cannot connect a noun and an adjective using and because they are different parts of speech. This is a problem. Number 2, they bought a house and happy. Uh-oh. Again, this is a problem because bought a house, this is a transitive verb with a noun, and I'm using and now I have adjective. Different part of speech, noun and adjective. No, we cannot connect them like this. They are different parts of speech. Number 3, Greg sleeps late, works and early. Uh-oh, the order of information is wrong here, so and is not connecting the information correctly. Here are some ways that you can correct these mistakes. Mary is friendly and nice. This is good because I have adjective and adjective, same part of speech. Number 2, they bought a house and are happy. I'm using a linking verb before the adjective. So now we are connecting and with the first verb and the second verb. Number 3, Greg sleeps late and works early. Now the conjunction and is in the right place to connect Greg to the first verb and Greg to the second verb. Now this is correct. So now it's your turn to practice. Pause the video here, read these 5 sentences, and think about what the conjunction is connecting. Is it connecting subjects, verbs, adjectives, prepositions? Pause the video and do this practice activity in your notebook. Let's check the answers. Pause the video here to study these answers. Remember, if there are any mistakes, circle them so that you can study them later. Okay, now it's time for practice number 2. It's your turn to make sentences. Practice making sentences about yourself or your family. Remember to use and in all of your sentences. Here are some sample answers. Your answers are a little different. That's okay. But I want to show you some possible answers. Pause the video here to study them. Some students ask, can you use and more than one time in your sentence? It depends. You can use and many times, but only when each conjunction connects a different part of speech. Look at number 1 here. My father and mother cooked and cleaned the house. And here, and here. We have 2 conjunctions. But it's correct because the first conjunction is connecting subject 1 and subject 2. And the second conjunction is connecting verb 1 and verb 2. So they are connecting different parts of speech. This is correct. In number 2, look, my father and mother and sister. Uh-oh, this is a problem. We have 3 subjects. We should not use and. This is wrong because we're connecting the same part of speech, subject and subject and subject. So let's fix that very quick. Okay, now look, we have my father, comma, mother, comma, and sister. Now we have 3 subjects and only 1 conjunction. This is correct. Now let's read the sentence again. My father, mother, and sister walked to the store and had a good time. We have a second conjunction here, and this one is correct because it's connecting the first verb, walk, and the second verb, had. So now this is correct. And here your examples show you how you can use the conjunction and more than one time in your sentence. Thank you for watching. If you have a question, please bring your questions to class.